wants some?
Oh, it's on.
Big job, huh? Well, butter my biscuit.
Hey, Tully is dead.
SCV ready. This better be good.
Oh, it's on.
Good morning, Blade Duvall. Hello, X.
Bad news? This better be good.
Upgrade complete.
In the rear with the gear. What's going on? We hear you. Move it.
Hello, Evo.
SCV ready. Who wants some? You gonna give
So,
me
if you paid attention to the mission that I lost last night, which is this mission, right before I decided to sally out and go grab the extra bonus objective, I realized, like, as I was doing, I was like, I should save before I do this just in case, because I was pushing before I was really ready. I was like, nah, it'll be fine. And then I lost the mission.
Got a whole lot
So we're going to save
of love.
and go get some bullets.
SCV ready. Oh yeah.
I am aware of Archon mode, yes. Would you believe I've never actually played it, though?
Can't wait.
Hello, Yura.
Ready. Keep your shirt on, Sparky.
Oh, wow, Darker. How much was it?
Affirmative. That's fine. SCV ready.
$5. Jesus.
Roger that.
I assume you procured it.
Of course. Oh yeah.
Yep, that's
got
two of the Protoss. I mean, the game has built-in checkpoints. It's just I wasn't at a checkpoint yet because I didn't do anything significant yet.
You gonna give me orders?
I'm in a world of hurt.
Whoa, 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 what's happening?
Roger that. Orders received.
Jesus, freaking roaches.
Gangway, coming through. You gonna give me orders? Been waiting on
So
you.
now we're a little bit behind, so we're actually kind of in a hurry, ironically.
Upgrade complete.
Armed and ready.
Chill here for a minute.
You who wants?
This is all in-game music, yes.
Oh, it's on.
There's the other Protoss research, speaking of which.
This better be good.
They can, Yura. It's just he in particular was sealed into his.
In the rear
Sort of a
with
plot
the
point.
gear. Gangway, coming through.
Chill here for a minute.
Kaboom, baby.
Don't mind me. Well, back in the Terran Confederacy, and probably in the Terran Dominion, or not the Terran Dominion, sorry, the UED, the United Earth Directorate, there's a pretty good chance that they actually do seal their troops into the Marine outfit because they are convicts.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Come on, Protoss, hold them off for a few more minutes. We got a boss fight coming up, too. So I don't want to do this with anything less than full.
Gangway, coming through.
God dang it.
Of course.
And then the Zerg attack me.
I feel you.
Base is under attack.
Who wants? In the rear with the gear. This better be good.
I wonder what this day is like for the Protoss. They're like, alright, oh no, the Zerg. And then we just start attacking them. It's like, oh. Okay, cool.
You got
No, actually, I don't know their name off the top of my head. I do know what you're talking about, but not their name.
affirmative. Sure.
This mission is very scripted because it's trying to teach us about how the Protoss work.
Got it.
Also, anybody want to find something mildly amusing?
Yes, sir.
Obviously, a lot of people have been saying this game is in striking distance of Diablo 3 in terms of gameplay positives, and I agree, and it deserves to be.
Affirmative.
2 expansions and all that.
Why not? Sure.
That's...
You got it.
But what amused me the most as I was looking at it, this game currently has about half the gameplay positives that D3 does, which is not exactly an irrespectable number.
Yes, sir.
What dragged Diablo's 3 score down was, of course, the negatives, of which there were over 20.
I feel you.
Probably thinking, well, who cares? Well, the thing is, over half of those negatives were for the launch state of D3.
Gangway coming through. You got it. I feel you. Of course. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Orders received. That's fine.
I mean, I stand by the philosophy of giving those negatives, but it is certainly interesting to think about.
Keep your shirt on, Sparky. I'm on it. Who wants some? Armed and... Will do. Looking forward.
Base is under attack.
I'm on it.
Base
The
is under
doctor is in.
attack.
Gangway. This better be good.
We have a little bit of time.
We could use some help.
Mineral
this properly.
field depleted. Mineral field depleted.
I'm in a world of hurt.
This better.
Oh, it's on.
Yes, Yura? Sorry. Yes, I am familiar with the subject. I am intimately familiar with Yura. And we're going to say that nice and plainly.
You gonna give me orders? Armed and ready. Yes, sir.
Let's have a blast.
Aye, aye, sir. Can't wait.
There's all the Protoss research. It's the big thing we wanted here.
Down, Sparky.
Speaking of which, it has been suggested we give a negative to essentially being able to build yourself into a corner
Mineral field
in
depleted.
the Marine Terran campaign. I did hear about it at the time, yes. I did not attend it because screw that game. Right now is a decent time for random questions.
This better.
Don't leave me hanging.
You need some triage?
There are worse times.
Roger that. Keep your shirt on, Sparky.
Like, the thought of actually playing FF14 after going through the initial vanilla was kind of an anathema to me. In fact, it was so much of an anathema to me that I didn't pick up ARR for quite a bit of time there and had issues even getting into it originally because of how bad that original 1.0 experience was. As the campaign as a whole,
Mineral field depleted. Warning, the Zerg have almost reached the artifact.
I know.
Can't wait.
Yeah, this is pretty much do or die time. So let's do or die.
Base
Our
is under
SCVs
attack. Are under attack.
Don't die.
Mineral field depleted.
No, really, don't die. Don't die. Okay, you died. I don't have time for you.
Yes, sir. What the?
Mineral field depleted.
So, our base is getting overrun right now, but I really don't have time for that.
That's fine.
So, looks like only 2 activate on hard.
I got a crew coming down to pick up the artifact.
We got what we came for. Let's hightail it out of here.
I forgot how resourceful you were, Jim. I won't make that mistake twice.
New voice actress.
Kerrigan.
Actually, really, really unfortunately, there is a... I'm trying to think of his name, and I'm actually going to look it up because I wrote it down here. Of course I lost the link. Why wouldn't I? One moment. Jack Ritchell. Jack Ritchell, who was the voice actor for several major characters in the vanilla StarCraft, died before the production of StarCraft 2. So he had to be replaced. So several characters, because he voiced quite a few people back in the original. So several characters had to be recast.
That's funny, convict. I don't recall giving you access to our database.
Just keeping up on current events, Captain. Seems this Queen of Blades got everybody running scared. She don't look so tough.
You have no idea who she is, do you, Tychus?
Don't matter to me none.
Well, it matters to Jim. They were close once.
Wait a minute. You're telling me they were shacked up?
Apparently she was something else. Before the Zerg took her. Turned her into that.
And Jimmy feels responsible.
Honestly, if we have to face her again, I don't know what he'll do.
Woman like that, there's only one thing to do.
Okay, so negative to story.
I caught Tychus hacking into our database, sniffing around about Kerrigan. I don't know what his game is, but we clearly can't trust him.
Matt, me and Tychus ran together a long time. Got in all sorts of trouble. When the law finally caught up, he took the rap for both of us. Never once ratted me out. I got a second chance. He got locked up.
I understand your loyalty, sir, but...
I owe him, Matt. Leave it be.
Yes, sir.
Guess you heard the news by now, Raynor. Looks like you're back in business.
That I am, Mr. Hill. And fighting the Zerg and Dominion all at once is going to take its toll on my standing forces. You got any guns for hire?
But you know the invasion makes it a seller's market right now. Still, your bartender over there makes a hell of a Mai Tai. So, sure, I've got some mercenary contracts you might be interested in.
You're all heart, Mr. Hill.
So, here's how this works out. Speaking of negatives, you can hire mercenaries. They become available on all future missions once you hire them. They are they're pretty much the units that Nova had over in the co-op mode. It even says right there, more health, damage, 2 squads, and 2 elite marauders. They're really good, but they're also expensive. And as we already talked about, there is a finite amount of money to be had, even if you do everything in the entire campaign. And you cannot buy everything. So you either have to mix and match between mercs and upgrades, go all mercs, go all upgrades. There's some debatability on what the best choice is there, but... Oops, kill the music. Ignore the night elf dancing up there. Let's just completely ignore that. That's all you, Blade Jamal. Actually, look up his voice actor sometime. You might find that amusing.
This is Donnie Vermillion live from UNN. Tonight, we're going to discuss the infamous Queen of Blades. Scientists and military insiders have long speculated that the enigmatic alien is, in fact, an infested human.
That's right, Donnie. Is it possible that the leader of the Zerg has a human heart?
More importantly, Kate, could this mean some kind of Terran-Zerg alliance is possible?
Donnie, there's never been any evidence at all to suggest that infested humans retain their free will.
You make a good point, Kate. The question is then, how do we kill her?
That's one I think we all can agree on. If humanity is to survive, the Queen of Blades needs to be eliminated.
Also, I love the don't shoot at the screen thing. So, I hate to point this out, but one of the quieter things that this game does is while they certainly use the name Kerrigan, you notice that they tend to lean more heavily on the phrase Queen of Blades. This is something that we know they had in mind, at the very least when they started StarCraft 2, the distinction between the two entities. And I just think it's one of those quiet things in the background that they're trying to emphasize that we're fighting against the Queen of Blades, that the Queen of Blades needs to die. There's only one thing to do with a woman like the Queen of Blades, etc., etc. Just a small little tidbit.
Your Mobius buddies ever happen to mention that the Queen of Blades wants these artifacts too?
See?
Hey, they just give me the missions, man. What's it matter anyway? Putting that bitch down would be doing everyone a favor.
I thought it was just about the money with you, Tychus.
Nothing says I can't do my part for humanity and get paid well for my trouble.
Right. Funny. Sometimes I still feel like a cop. Only now it's the bad guys that are in charge.
Jimmy, I thought you'd like these. They're the winning entry from a Zerg hunt a few years back. Maybe they'll bring you luck. From Joey Ray. P.S. I'm adding the TV to your tab. So this is the arcade. We're not doing the whole Lost Viking thing. I just want to show it off briefly. You, mighty Viking, are lost! Find your way home to Vikingville. But beware the evil Terratron. He does not like you! This is here to kind of showcase the kind of crazy stuff you could do with the mission editor. And let's be clear, you can do some absolutely crazy stuff with the mission editor. The boss is the Blackthorn. He's got a shotgun. I have no preference between the two here. You know, it's hard to overestimate just the kind of bonker stuff you can do with this engine. In fact, when I was considering engines for the rewrite to do, like, cutscenes and cinematics, this was actually the very first engine that came to mind to use for it. The biggest downside would be available 3D models, to be honest. Oh no, I died! I'm not really trying. I don't even have the controls set up properly. I don't understand the problem with that, Act. What does that have to do with anything? Hey, Dakota. Anyways, this is pretty long. I'm gonna kind of deliberately not try, or rather continue to deliberately not try, because this can take a while. Boss incoming! Yeah, we're gonna give a plus, because it's a well-designed little top-down shoot-'em-up. I like how an entire carrier is a boss, which actually makes total sense if you think about it. I remember the bomb button. Whoop, that's definitely not it. Yeah, no, I could use it for whatever hell I want to, act. Although, preferably not to make money. But since I don't make money on the rewrites, no issues there. Ah, we lost. Anyway, so plus to gameplay. Get rid of that.
Let's get down to business.
Yeah, it actually takes a while. We're not sitting here for essentially an hour and actually playing that proper like to get through that. Now we have access to Marauders. Nice close-up of what they look like. Although the Marauder suit is modified from the CMC 660 Firebat suit, the soldier inside is very different. 47% of Marauder operators have never even been to jail, and only 23% of them have been accused of murder. The Marauder's grenade autoloader is stocked with a component part that allows it to quickly manufacture and load hundreds of standard Punisher grenades. So we could give Marauders a slow, or we can just give them more life. Point in fact, I kind of want like all of these upgrades. The irony, though, is these upgrades will eventually have issues, so I'm kind of debating which one I want to do first. I think we'll do that one. And yeah, let's go and grab the slow. It's pretty much what makes Marauders Marauders.
Are you all right, sir? Confronting Kerrigan again after all these years.
We've got to stop her, Matt. No matter what she's after.
Well, we gave her a setback today. The artifacts are obviously important to her. I just wish we knew why.
Smash and grab, that's what it's called. Remind me what the question was really quick, please.
I hear the mighty Jim Raynor's on the move, but short on funds. The planet Redstone's got the most valuable minerals around, and with the Zerg invasion, the Kelmorians packed up and left it all behind. Some enterprising men could turn a big profit there. Meet me at Redstone if you want a piece of the action.
If he sounds familiar, yes, that is Dave Fennoy. And yes, Dave Fennoy continues to be awesome. Jot him down here really quick. So we got Reapers from this one. Yeah, time to go mine. Or kill Morians. Lots start date.
Redstone. Heck of a place. I ever mention how much I hate volcanic planets?
Good to see you made it. They call me Taj. You help me mine the minerals I need, and I'll make it worth your while.
What's the catch?
Well, this place is a little unstable. The low ground gets flooded with lava every few minutes. Of course, that's where the richest mineral nodes are found. But that'll be no problem for a big, tough guy like you.
Sir, I'm also picking up Zerg biosignatures on the surface. We'll need to spend some of what we mine just to defend the operation. The more we spend, the longer this is gonna take.
Lava and Zerg. Two of my favorite things. Let's do this.
You gonna give me
Yeah,
orders?
this is the mission that Donnie Vermillion was based off of, if it's not obvious. And there's our first merc group. War pigs.
SCV ready.
I will attempt to, yes, Ghost Rider. Yes, Bainwitch.
Go ahead.
Alert. Lava surge imminent. Evacuate low ground immediately.
Lava's rising. Get those SCVs to high ground. Right now.
We're done.
I guess we'll save their pathetic and miserable lives. So you notice this is yellow minerals. I forget what introduced yellow minerals to this series. I mean, let me walk that back a second. I'm pretty sure Red Alert 1 actually introduced the concept of yellow minerals with their gems. You remember that? It's a resource node. It's not like Vespene, which is your bottleneck, your rare resource. It's just more valuable than typical resources. I don't think Blizzard actually used this kind of a concept until StarCraft 2. I could be wrong about that, though.
What's going on? Bad news? I'm got SCV ready.
All clear. It is now safe to proceed with mining operations.
This counter shows the estimated time until the next lava surge. Move all units and structures to high ground when a surge is imminent.
Yeah, like I said, Command & Conquer has used that concept for, honestly, quite a while.
Yo.
What I want, Evo, is I want it to be like halfway between the jumpsuit and TOS. And then I just want your TOS. And then I want the one I suggested. And then we're good. So I guess mostly just the halfway point between the jumpsuit and the TOS. That's what I want.
Hell, cowboy, we gotta train more of these guys. They're seriously badass.
Gonna give me orders?
So Reapers are interesting. They are fast moving. They can kind of ignore terrain like that. Notice they just kind of showcase that nice and quick right there. They can only attack ground. Reapers, yeah, are not great. They're kind of the vultures of the new setup, of the new stuff.
Go ahead.
Some of my boys disappeared in this area. Wanna see if they're still...
Yeah, Reapers are right up there with diamond tanks. Both of them can be useful, but it's really situational, and they're pretty much designed for the mission which you recruit them in. Oh yeah, I meant to show that off, sorry. So remember how I sucked yesterday? I know it's hard to limit it to just one example of suckitude, but immediately after I cut off last night, well, let me rewind a second. For those of you who are not there, for those of you who are not there for it, back during the Brood War run, I was doing this one mission, and I ended up cheating on it. And I was like, you know what, I can do that mission. And I just had to prove it to myself, prove that I was actually good at the game. So I went and I did it, And then we continued. I showed that off camera. Well, last night, I screwed up at a bonus objective, at an achievement, more specifically, for hard mode on one of the previous missions on 0 Hour. And I felt pretty stupid about that, so I went and reloaded the mission, and sure enough, just like last time, first try, managed to get it, as I can point out right there. So there's my proof that I don't completely suck. Oh yeah, actually also, so Papanix pointed this out. Apparently, they added brand new achievements for the 10th anniversary. It's all this stuff right here. One bundle per campaign. So these are the brand new hard mode achievements. Do outlaws without building any additional barracks. Destroy 8 hatcheries in 0 Hour. We did 4, by the way. Barely. Destroy all Zerg structures in evacuation. Complete outbreak before the 4th night. Etc., etc. And like I said, there's one of these for each of these. So. Yeah, I didn't even know they had these. Excuse me. Oh my god.
Mineral field.
I'm tired. What do you want from me? I'm so tired.
Huh?
Sir, scanners show a large biosignature close to your position. A Brutalisk, I think. If you could kill it, that'd get our research off to a flying start.
Don't do drugs, Stetman. Don't do drugs.
The doctor is in.
No, I slept great. I just woke up too early, I think. And yes, those are essentially challenges, but I don't, to be honest, I don't see the difference really between challenges and achievements, since a good achievement is a challenge.
Additional supply depots required.
That's kind of the definition. Looks like we'll be able to sweep all these yellows before we move on. Notice we only need 8,000, by the way, instead of 10,000.
Mineral field depleted.
And this mission's just better than the previous one in every way. But yes, so there's a cooldown before they're available. And you can see it right there. It's whatever 300 divided by 60 is. I should know the answer to that, but I don't.
Seismic activity is increasing. Caution is advised.
Yes, sir.
5 minutes, I guess?
Alert. Lava surge imminent. Evacuate low ground immediately.
Been waiting on you.
Yeah, they still take food, which is kind of a shame, but they're good. They're good. We will probably go ahead and get the Marauder and the Medevac mercenaries by the end. Oh, yeah. So, one of the negatives I suggested, which I agree with completely. Sorry, this was a negative. I already mentioned this earlier, and I forgot to follow through on it. Yeah, I forgot to show off the Tarn Hut because I was really focused on the achievement, and that's going to be a thing. There's literally like 100 Easter eggs in this game. I'm not showing all of them. I've decided I've already got too many other stressors going on in my life right now. I'm just going to go ahead and not do that. So, the game doesn't give you enough money to build everything in a specific playthrough. That's fine. It's a little irritating, if I'm being honest, but it's at least understandable, and I don't think that's something I could give a negative for. What I could give a negative for is there's no refunding. There's no confirmationing. There's just, oh, you've got this upgrade now. If you want to change it around or have any changes, well, restart the campaign. Because you're kind of locked in on that. And that, I think, is something that could be qualified as a negative, because it's pretty easy to buy upgrades you either don't want or don't use, or don't actually have usefulness in later missions, and have wasted money. This is especially true on either the harder difficulties. So... yeah, like, having a finite amount of money kind of makes sense to me, because that's just build at that point, right? You can't have everything. Cool. But, yeah, the lack of confirmation alone is kind of irritating. The fact that you can just kind of get things you don't really have or want or why, that's not great. So that is a negative. Got to build up those negatives.
It is now safe to proceed with mining operations.
We got to bring this game down to D3's level.
The doctor is in.
Just a reminder, sir. The more minerals we expend on forces, the longer it's going to take to reach our goal.
Yeah.
Try to be economical.
One really nice little thing, these little creatures will actually evacuate the low ground when when it becomes dangerous.
Depleted.
Just a nice little touch.
Bad news? By the numbers, boys.
Do me a favor, make a note of Phoenix Point. It's one of the ones that got axed. So I'll just kind of slide it back in. Wait, how many years am I late for what? What did I do? What did I do? Oh, God! Civ 6 also got axed? Huh. Sure.
Been waiting on you.
Anything not on the list, just make a note of it, because none of those should be new games. I guess I don't understand the statement. Why am I...
Since you're doing
Why am I late for that?
I'll do right by you. Here's the coordinates of the...
I mean, I reviewed Diablo 3 this year.
Aye, aye, sir.
So that'll be fun, by the way. We'll have to get that one to go to the Lore Walker Awards later this year.
I'm on it.
Hey, Mike, I do hope you like it. This is a pretty good game to start StarCraft with, I will admit. Also, pretty much the only game to start StarCraft with. I mean, you have two options there, really.
Will
so.
do.
Whatever.
Looking forward to it. Of course.
Okay.
Keep your shirt on, Sparky. Gangway, coming through. Why not?
It's a joke, Magister. The big question has been whether or not this game will be able to out-review Diablo 3. Because Diablo 3 was one of our highest rating games we've ever covered. And then, you know, we started this game, and in the better part of a day, this game already had 100 pluses to positives. Or 100... I can't talk. I'm too tired. 100 pluses to gameplay. 10 minutes, Melkor. Thank you very much, Mike, for the sub. Always appreciate. If you want to put that towards up to 3 things, please let me know. And Loke, the Night Reaper, putting that towards Company of Heroes. Thank you for being part of the show, Loke.
Who wants some?
Here's your Ludo.
Orders received.
Big go. Bad news. In the rear with the gear.
Let's go and get something basic going on here. Yes, we're still locked in infantry land. It's interesting you say that, Melkor Blade. We don't have a precedence for negative for credits being too long. Baldur's Gate 3. Why are you putting it towards Baldur's? Can you explain? I don't mean to sound negative. Can you explain why you're putting it towards Baldur's Gate 3? Can you elaborate this to me? I mean, I know you mean definitive edition, but I really want to know the logic involved here.
Activity is increasing. Caution is advised. Alert. Lava surge imminent. Evacuate low ground immediately.
Job, huh? Ah! You scared me!
You gonna give me orders?
Very carefully, Kira. Very carefully.
All clear. It is now safe to proceed.
Okay, cool, cool. You realize we already reviewed Baldur's Gate 3, right, Mike? So if you donate for Baldur's Gate 3, that's going towards the Baldur's Gate 3 Definitive Edition, which I'm still on the fence of even allowing as a thing. We reviewed Baldur's Gate 3 about a month ago, actually. And I've heard nothing but complaints about it in the YouTube comments ever since. Gollum is actually already on the list, Dark Day. So you can put that towards 2 other things if you want to. Proof nobody checks the list. Okay, Mike. I'll allow it for now. Sure. Armored Core 6. Chained Echoes and Baldur's Gate 3D. 732,651.5 Evo. And you can tell by the fact that I had that number right off the top of my head and didn't have to look it up that I just completely made that up off the top of my head. It has nothing to do with anything. I have no idea. There are as many judges as there need to be. Thank you, Walker. Always appreciate. I will go ahead and jot that down towards Heineken, Kingdom Hearts block, FF7R1. Don't apologize. Please, for the love of God, don't apologize. Please. Please, I can't take it today. I can't take
With mining operations.
unacceptable apologies today.
By the numbers, boys.
I need more Reapers. No, in fact, Baldur's Gate 3 Definitive Edition may never happen. It's a hypothetical that there might be a Definitive Edition based on previous experience with Larian. So there might be a Definitive Edition. We don't know.
Been waiting on you. Who wants some? You got it.
It was a great day, but yeah, I don't know. I'm having issues today. I don't know what's wrong with me. I am having so much trouble keeping up mentally.
Gangway, coming through.
Huh? Yeah.
Armed and...
I'm listening. In the rear with the gear. Yo.
I could be fighting off something. I was pretty dizzy last night. Who knows?
The Grim Reaper has arrived.
I do live with 3 adorable children, which means I also live with a disease
Mineral
factory.
field depleted.
Or rather, 3 disease factories.
You gonna give me orders?
Speaking of which, I should take some pills because I woke up with a headache. I meant to do that, and then I got busy doing the laundry and the trash and the dishes. I'm taking care of the cat box.
The doctor is in.
Been waiting on you.
Upgrade complete.
What's going on?
The doctor is in.
I mean...
By the numbers, boys.
Standing by. The doctor is in. You rang?
Part of the reason I'm allowing Baldur's Gate 3 Definitive Edition is because I'm charging 120 hours for it or something like that. Which means good luck getting that funded.
I scanned for mineral outcrops before we landed.
But more to the point, that will take literal years, plural. Oops, wrong button. To get funded, which I'm fine with, of course. And by that point, we'll have decided if such a thing even exists or not, so that'll be useful information. By then, we'll probably be a little bit more caught up in the queue, which means I'll be a little bit more okay with wasting 120 hours on a game.
Is advised. Alert. Lava surge imminent. Evacuate low ground.
That too, Blade Javal. That's why I'm not super concerned about it, but thank you, Mr. Red.
This better be good.
What am I missing? A Reaper. Honestly, I probably shouldn't even use that many Reapers for this, but whatever.
All clear. It is now safe to proceed with mining operations. Add-on complete. Not enough minerals.
Ha! That's funny.
Roger.
Upgrade.
Well, we're doing fine on gas, so...
The Grim Reaper has arrived.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Unacceptable landing.
We could use some help here. Aye, aye, sir.
Yeah, I forget the exact number, but there's a set amount of resources in nodes on the map. And you can get a huge amount of the resources you need just from running Reapers around and grabbing these little pickups like this one. Exactly, Julito. To be perfectly frank, it's not actually Larian's decision if there is a definitive addition to Baldur's Gate 3. That is Wizards of the Coast's decision. And they can do whatever the hell they want to.
Keep your shirt on, Sparky. Oh, yeah. Sure. Why not? Roger that. You got it.
Zerg research for the mission?
10-4. Yes, sir. That's fine.
I know, Malcor Blade. One thing I would change about Baldur's Gate 3? One change? Max Payne 3 has also been purged, yes.
Doing well then.
The best part is I didn't even advertise the purge, really. I just did it. And then, like, within 3 days of purging Deadfruit off the list, people are like, quick, re-add the game to the list. Sure. You gonna keep donating to it, or are you gonna just let it dangle at the bottom of the list?
Mr. Rena, we got traces of more minerals over on the other side of the canyon.
Hey, Crazy Morse.
Mineral field depleted.
Big job, huh? This better be good. Oh, yeah.
Let's do something weird.
Base is under attack.
Let's go defend against an attack. That is pretty weird when you think about it. I suppose I should set up some kind of defense over here.
Huh? Well, butter my biscuit. Armed and ready.
Seismic activity is increasing. Caution is advised.
I forget when you get the upgrade, but auto heal for like so at some point somewhere bunkers or buildings get the ability to heal instead of burn out when they get to low on health. I forget where you get that upgrade, but it's a great upgrade.
I'm going. This better got something from me.
All clear. It is now safe to proceed with mining operations.
What? You want something? Certainly.
Yeah, it might be in Zerg research because we haven't actually seen the research lab yet.
Yes, indeed. Done. On the way. Go, go, go! Fair enough. That's all? Agreed. Oh, yeah, baby. The Grim Reaper has arrived. All right. Death from above.
Base is under attack.
Nothing I can't.
Do you mind?
Base is under attack.
Nope, nope, don't fight, don't fight. Oh, gee, I went the wrong. Well, they're dead. As it should be.
Huh? Got something for me to kill? Armed and ready.
Sorry, I got it, Dark Day. Thank you.
I can't handle. Oh yeah, baby. That's all? Agreed.
Ah! They just really wanted to kill that guy.
Been waiting on you. Ah! You scared me! Big job, huh?
I got 2 minutes.
You gonna give me orders? By the numbers. Go ahead. wants some? Go, go,
Some more
go!
pigs.
This better be good. Aye, aye, sir.
Bad news?
I don't think we have any more upgrades, so we can currently purchase. I mean, the game can run in 4x3. It's just the letterboxing is wrong, and I couldn't fix it. And no solutions I came up with fixed it. So...
Mineral field depleted.
In the rear with the gear.
Armed and ready.
RTS is with limited unit pool? Do you mean the food thing, or something else, you know? We're currently in Wings of Liberty, Tevye Smolka.
Seismic activity is increasing. Caution is advised. Alert. Lava surge imminent. Evacuate low ground immediately.
What's going on? We hear you.
All clear. It is now safe to proceed with mining operations.
Actually, let's go here instead. Correct, Yura. With, well... correct asterisk. Let's put it that way. Well, there's Homeworld, Homeworld 2, Homeworld Cataclysm, and Homeworld Deserts of Karak. And I believe that's it, Evo. I'm sure there's another example of that, because my brain is barely working today.
In the rear with the gear.
Those are the only examples that I can think of off the top of my head.
Can't wait. Keep your shirt on, Sparky.
What's going on? Move it!
Been waiting on you. I feel ya.
Well, yeah, I know, you had the population limit idea.
Looking forward to it.
Even in Homeworld, that's only technically true, so not the same concept as what you're talking about.
Add-on complete.
Tosh sent you to help? About time. Let's finish up this contract and get the hell off this planet. Ben?
Gonna
Bad
have
news?
me some fun.
Right.
By the numbers, boy. Got something for me to kill? Certainly. All right. Yes, indeed. Oh, that's all? Let's do this.
I've never even heard of Original War. What's that? I ask in ignorance.
Huh? Who wants some? Can't wait. Death from above. Nothing I can't. You gonna give me orders?
Ah! You scared me!
Mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted.
What's going on?
I've noticed there's a whole lot of European games I've just never been exposed to.
This better be done.
Mineral field depleted.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's on.
Like, I'd never heard of Gothic until I started doing the show, for example. You have a game to play when I have a headache? I can't play games when I have a headache. I can barely do anything when I have a headache.
You scared me!
Been waiting on you.
Alert. Lava surge imminent. Evacuate low ground immediately.
Had, past tense. I had never heard of Gothic. Or Blackguard, or what else? I'm trying to think. There's several games that just never crossed my radar until I started doing the show and started getting more exposed to
It is now safe
different
to
elements
proceed
of game
with
design.
mining operations.
Armed and ready.
Favorite faction in this universe? In lore or in gameplay?
Booyah! Bad news?
Probably Crazy Norse. I still know people who haven't played Final Fantasy. Like, say, Evo over there. Glare.
Base is under attack.
They're fine. Although...
Yo! Woo-hoo! In the rear with the gear.
There's just the one. That's okay. One should honestly be able to hold it back just fine. Or not?
Is under attack.
Okay, no, they're in range of the turrets. That's a dick move. Just lining the turrets right down the middle there. Hey, Uthor. I was going to say something about how extremely wrong you are, and I can't remember what it was now. Yeah, when I'm headaching, I have different types of headaches. I'm extremely familiar.
Yes, sir.
All the different types of headaches I can suffer.
It's your dime.
And some I can live with, some I could deal with. No, don't leave, Evo. Some I can't. Some I just shut down on. And then when we get to the point of, actually having an honest-to-God migraine, which for those of you who've experienced it, that's just a completely separate thing. Yeah.
Death from above. Oh yeah, baby.
Why, Uthor?
Mineral field depleted.
Have I ever fainted as a result of headache? No. I have wished I could kill myself as a result of a headache, though.
Got it.
And that's not one of my normal suicide jokes. So there was this one time, I've suffered from cluster headaches before. For those of you who know what that means. Cluster headaches are terrible. Arguably worse than migraines, I would say. And I mean real migraines. So, this one specific cluster headache, I'll never forget it. It was in the middle of the night. And for those of you not aware, cluster headaches get worse when you're lying down. So sitting up is the only thing. So imagine being exhausted to the point of being on the verge of passing out and having thundering, stabbing pain in your skull. And you can't lay down because it'll get worse. And you're just sitting there and you can't focus on anything. You can't do anything. All you can do is just sit there and hurt and wait for it to slowly fade.
Base is under attack.
That's a weird choice, but sure.
Seismic activity is increasing. Caution is advised. Mineral field depleted. Alert. Lava surge imminent. Evacuate low ground immediately.
Gear.
Like, I know that sounds like such a banal story, but that night was not a pleasant night.
All clear. It is now safe to proceed with mining operations.
You gonna give me orders?
SCV ready.
Let's go this way.
Sure enough, Sparky.
Big job, huh?
Grab the last of these little yellows here.
SCV ready.
On the way.
Base is under attack.
I don't remember what causes cluster headaches. You'd have to Google that.
We're screwed.
SCV ready.
Oh yeah, baby. Let's do this. Armed and
go ahead.
Base is under attack.
Base is fine. Quit worrying.
could use some help here.
Okay, base might be dying. Start worrying.
Yeah. In the rear with the gear. What's going on? We hear you.
By the numbers, boys. Affirmative.
Yeah, I don't want to sound elitist about pain of all things, but I feel like some people, not accusing anyone in chat of this, but some people I've encountered in real life, when they use the word migraine, that's not what they mean. They just think a migraine is a bad headache. No.
I'm listening.
Migraines are their own thing. They're fun.
We could use some help here. Outstanding. Affirmative.
Your men work fast. We've already got half the minerals we need.
Will do. Yes, sir. What? I'm listening. Oh, yeah, baby. All right. Nothing I can't. Big job.
Mineral field depleted.
I mean, you know what I mean, right? People, and I'm guilty of this too, I'll admit it. People have this weird tendency to get competitive about pain. Man, I just had such and such of a workday. Oh yeah? Well, I just had such and such of a workday. Oh yeah?
Field depleted.
You know what I mean.
Bad news? Fear the
Base is under attack.
You think that's bad? I once lost 15 legs and I still got home that night.
I'm going. On the way.
Like, I was just thinking, I don't know, just because we were on the subject, there was a time when I had to go to work, when I was actively passing some kidney stones.
Seismic
So that was fun.
activity is increasing. Caution is advised.
Now, then I caught myself, because I'm like, hang on, don't need to be competitive about it.
Evacuate low ground immediately.
Don't need to talk about it. But, like, what I find funniest about that whole affair is I didn't even work that night. What ended up happening was Gary came in and covered my shift for me. But because of the fact that I didn't have a car at that point in time, I was stuck at work. So I spent the entire 8-hour shift just sitting in the cube farm with my eyes closed, writhing in pain.
Proceed with mining operations.
This better be good.
I feel really bad for Gary because he had to just, sit there doing his job while listening to me.
Ah! You scared me! Huh? Big job, huh? Go, go, go! Armed and ready. We could use some help here. I'm on it. Keep your shirt on.
Good night, Dark Day. Get some good rest. Yeah, we've got an infantry ball going. We're pretty good for this match.
Can't wait.
I'm kind of slow-moding it to mentally recover a bit, because we got harder missions coming up. I don't even remember. What's the achievement for this one? Locate all of Tosh's crew. Okay. Yeah. I can see why I've never done that. Well, sure.
Let's do
I
this.
don't actually know where they are, so let's go roaming a little bit.
I'm going. A life on the way, man. It's all. That's all. Nothing.
Doesn't say they have to live, just says we have to find them.
All right. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah, baby.
Almost done, Mr. Rena. Just a few more.
Hey, we did it. Achievement get.
Mineral field depleted.
That's actually funny.
Been waiting on you.
So now we're just gonna sit here for a minute.
Mineral field depleted.
Bad news?
Mineral field depleted.
Oh, come on. We're like that close. We're that close. Listen, it's fine, Crazy Horse. We didn't know it was kidney stones at the time.
Field depleted.
We had no idea what it was.
Huh?
400 to go. Ah, dang it.
Base is under attack.
By the numbers, boys.
See, I get that when I'm tired, even. I do like how the buildings actually have an obvious, like, a front and a back nowadays when they're flying.
Is increasing.
And, you know, they can see the jet engines that are pushing the building forward. Little stuff like that I tend to appreciate.
Alert. Lava surge imminent. Evacuate low ground immediately.
So yeah, this is a better mineral grab mission than the previous one in Brood War in pretty much every way.
All clear. It is now safe to proceed with mining operations.
Yep.
Unacceptable.
Like, this is kind of a night and day in terms of level design.
Go ahead.
You've got valuable minerals, which are scattered all over the place, but all in the lava areas. Mobile command centers, which are faster in this version, and between the lack of pathfinding problems and the lack of collision problems, it's much less of a hassle to do what I've been doing for the last several minutes. You've also got pickups all over the place.
Under attack.
Moderate harassment, but really just kind of low-level harassment from the enemy. Optional objective, which gets you more units and more gatherers. And a random bonus boss to give you some research. This is a really good mission, all things considered.
We could use some help here.
Oh yeah, and Tosh also will tell you, in the off chance that you're going slow, hey, here's where you can get some stuff.
All right, boys, nice work. We got what we came for. Now let's get out of this hellhole.
Finished already? You really are as good as they say, Mr. Rayner. I'm thinking you and I got a lot more business we can be talking about.
Devil's Playground. Those 8 people deserve to die, Loner.
Nice work, sir. The payoff from Redstone really got us back on our feet.
Why is that Tosh guy aboard?
He wanted to talk to you in person, sir. Something about conducting more business ventures together.
You do any digging on him?
Of course. And he's no pirate. Rumor has it he's a renegade ghost. And until he vanished, he was one of the Dominion's top assassins. Now Manx hates him almost as much as he hates you.
Well, I like this guy already. Just the same, we'd best keep an eye on him.
Yes, sir.
You ever heard of a guy named Gabriel Tosh?
Only rumors. Way I hear it, he was mixed up in some covert branch of the Ghost program that produced some real scary badasses. Word was, Tosh snapped and went rogue. I'd play it real cool with that kind. He'd cut your throat soon as look at you.
I've dealt with rogue ghosts before. It's the one still working for Manx I got a problem with.
Lots of folks ready to fight. For the right price.
Oh yeah, someone asked earlier if Tychus is even familiar with Protoss and Zerg. No, he went under before the Zerg showed up. Which, if you remember, is before the Protoss showed up. So, he's only ever heard rumors and whatever. So, the first time he ever really encountered either was with Rayner. So, yeah, let's go ahead and hire the Marauders. And that's the second to last person we'll hire.
Donnie Vermillion, UNN, your first, last, and only stop for the truth. Tonight, our own Kate Lockwell uncovers a secret shadow war waged by our brave Dominion ghosts against a ruthless hidden enemy.
Thanks, Donnie. I'm talking live with a specialist in the Dominion. I understand that you and your comrades have been against a group of... What can you tell us about that?
Well, Kate, I'm not allowed to say much, but I can tell you that his allies will not. We expect them very soon.
I think we'll all sleep a little better tonight, knowing our Dominion forces are watching over us. For UNN, I'm Donnie Vermillion.
Don't do drugs.
Commander, the alien artifact is all secure in the lab, sir. You know, seeing it got me to thinking about my special projects.
Whoa, slow down, Stedman. What do you mean, projects? You doing some kind of research down here?
Yeah, well, you know, not yet, sir. I still need some additional specimens to get things going. Once I get those, we can make some big improvements to our weapon systems and tactics.
Well, I'm all for that. What do you need?
All kinds of things. I've entered the details into our database. If you run into something on a mission that we need, you'll be notified automatically.
Just try not to blow up the ship, okay, Stedman?
The recovered Zerg sample is still growing. I introduced a protein solution. Might have been a mistake. At the cellular level, the sample shows strains of every known Zerg creature, and some strains I don't recognize. It'll take a while to map it all, but I've already begun to extract data from the Ultralisk cell, and I found a spore crawler cell that yielded data on instinctive threat recognition routines. The Protoss crystal sample, recovered by the Raynor's Raiders. I placed the crystal in a saline solution for storage. Its density has increased by 553% in the last 12 hours. Where does it get energy or raw materials for that? I have a terrible suspicion it's connecting to the ship somehow. If Swan suspects, he'll drop it out the airlock, and that would be a tragedy. The sample could lead to huge breakthroughs for the Raiders. I just have to be careful. If there's any sign it'll harm the Hyperion, I'll destroy the crystal myself.
Oh, Commander. I've been giving these artifacts some thought. Oh, don't worry. I know what you're gonna say. I haven't been running diagnostics on them or anything. Well, at least not directly, at any rate.
Just spit it out, son.
Well, sir, when the second piece
like
was
the
added,
Horde symbols on his shirt.
containment field spiked drastically. I know. If we add any more pieces, we'll need to draw even more power from the ship's fusion core to maintain the field.
So holding these things is dangerous and expensive. Well, the sooner we get them off my ship, the better.
It's kind of hard to see, but his shirt has Horde symbols all over it. And yeah, these scenes can vary a little bit. I actually agree with the background lore positive, so we'll go ahead and jot that down really quick. So, as you gain research throughout the missions, you can put it towards one or the other. Once you max out research, you start getting additional money for it. So there's always a benefit to continuing to keep getting research. These are mutually exclusive, of course. Notice that these do have a confirmation button, and it'll show you each thing. So all bunkers get an automated turret, which is exactly what it sounds like, or bunkers gain more life. Both of these are actually pretty useful. It depends on what you want to use bunkers for, really. I tend to like the Protoss tree. The automated refinery is just fantastic. And the science vessel is over here, too. And, you know, the tech reactor. Like, all this, there's just so much good stuff over here. But it's not like the Zerg side is bad. It's just the Protoss side is amazing. You'll notice that a lot of these tend to be infrastructure-based. Most of these are not unit-based. That makes sense. Most of the unit upgrades cost money. Most of these upgrade your buildings. I like the synergy of that. And again, this kind of blends back itself towards the whole builds concept, because there is actually a build thing, so I guess I should give a positive for that. I guess I'll give a positive to one of the best games ever made. Ugh! Okay. But any given playthrough through Wings of Liberty can and often does have a different flavor to it. and a lot of different strategies you can lean on depending on your playstyle based on what you build. Hi, Eternus. I will go ahead and get the turret. The big reason why I prefer the turret isn't just the fact that it adds essentially 2 more Marines to the bunker, but the fact that it gives the bunkers use even if there's no Marines in them. So, when you're first getting set up, so a little bit good early defense, or if you just got tons of minerals to spare but not a lot of food. Oh, and there's a nice big warning saying this is mutually exclusive, you cannot undo this. Cool. Alright, we did that. Double check something here. We can afford stuff for the Reaper. We're not going to do it because I'm not going to use Reapers. Reapers can be useful, it is worth noting. So, for example, they can gain additional range and more damage to light, which makes them much better against a lot of infantry. You can also give them little anti-personnel things, which do that. A little harder to use in practice, but still. Excuse me. My goodness. We did actually already talk about that, Serrani. And no, it is not a negative. I don't get that complaint, if I could be completely honest. I know people who have refused to ever play through this game because they were pissed off that instead of 1 game, it came out 3 times and they charged 3 times for it. I don't get that because it's not true. The game came out and then it got 2 expansions. That's how expansions work. Right? And to be clear, they are full expansions. These are not like add-on packs. Heart of the Swarm is a huge chunk of additional gameplay. Legacy of the Void is a huge additional chunk of gameplay. Like, I don't get the complaint, for lack of a better way to put it. I really don't. I don't want to sound dismissive. I just don't get why so many people have been so pissed about this for so long. I know people who have refused on principle to play through this game specifically because of the fact that they were like, no! It's like, but... Okay. I mean, it's possible because expansions have kind of drifted on the wayside. Have you noticed that? Like, most of the time, they either just make a sequel or they make DLCs, which are always a lot smaller, right? I don't know. I do want upgrades. Yeah, exactly, Loner. Like, no, that Loner gives a great example. It would be like complaining that you have to pay to play Homeworld Cataclysm. I'm confused. And again, I'm not trying to sound dismissive. I'm not trying to dismiss people's opinions. I just legitimately don't understand their opinion on the matter. I don't get it. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab that one. I've been holding off on that one. Medics are going to be even better. They're more efficient about how much energy they use, and they heal faster. That is buco useful for infantry groups. Really, Evo? Well, in that case, I'm going to go talk to Tosh.
Ah, he is the man. We make a good team, me and you.
Why are you here, Tosh? Our business is done unless you got something else for me.
Yeah, I got another job for us on a world called Belshia. Interested?
Maybe. But what's in it for me? Piracy ain't exactly my chosen path.
Everyone knows Jim Raynor wants to put the hurt on Mengsk. I can help you with that. I can help you big time.
I'll think about it. For the time being, welcome aboard the Hyperion. We'll talk later.
I guess I just don't agree, Blade Travol. Because, yeah, as several people pointed out, StarCraft 2, just Wings of Liberty, is more campaign than StarCraft 1 in its entirety. Not counting Brood War. Like, there's a lot of missions. And some multi-malleable missions going on there, which we'll talk about later. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. No, we're deliberately leaving the refugee stuff for a bit later.
You might want to talk to our new guest. Maybe ask him to leave my bridge.
There's a rare gas on Belshir, the Protoss skull, the breath of creation. They think it be a gift from their gods. We call it Terrazine, and it'd be worth a fortune to the right bidder. Of course, those Protoss will kill us if they catch us on their holy ground. Or at least they'll try.
And yeah, and I think Stetman really could use this Terrazine stuff. Just all over the place.
Here we go. Much prettier than Redstone, yeah?
I don't much like fighting Protoss if I can avoid it.
Not just any old Protoss. Fanatics called the Tal'Darim. They believe the Terrazine is sacred. A gift from the Xel'Naga.
If these Tal'Darim bring in their air power, they're gonna hammer us. Swan, get the Goliath schematics loaded at the factory. If their anti-air missiles are still any good, we might just pull this off.
All right, cowboy. I'll get the Goliath schematics loaded so we can build more.
How do we get to the Terrazine?
See those altars? Tal'Darim mystics set them up to collect the Terrazine. We just need to grab it.
Well, our SCVs will be able to haul the Terrazine. We just gotta keep them protected. With any luck, we can pick up what we need before the Tal'Darim find us. All right, let's get to it.
Aw, goodbye, Evo. Red Protons. I'm sorry, Blade Travell. I really am sorry. I don't understand. I don't get it. It's okay. I'm not judging. I'm really not. It's like you're telling me that you're really pissed that you have to pay to play Mega Man 3 after you already bought Mega Man 2. I don't get it. I'm sorry. Either way, obviously that has no negative effect on the score or on the review.
In the rear with the...
Duh, right. Goliaths! We've actually already shown off Goliaths, but they are much better here. Not the least of which because of the fact that they have better pathfinding.
Armed and ready.
SCV ready.
Yeah, that's
Here
helpful.
are the coordinates for the Terrazine sites, brother. These should make our lives a little easier.
Welcome home, Darth Trinius.
Our SCVs can pick up Terrazine canisters and move them. It'll take them a while to disconnect the canister, so make sure you watch out for them.
Big job, huh?
Yeah, they also fight better. I mean, every unit is better designed in this. Oh, speaking of which, Reapers. I don't think Reapers are negative worthy, but I think Reapers probably don't qualify as a positive. So if anybody wants to change their minds or perspective on that, I'm more than willing to listen. I will say one thing that pisses me off, not that Blade Travell or Huthor has said this, but one thing that actively pissed me off is how everyone framed the idea of splitting StarCraft 2 into the base game and then 2 expansions was being done for naked greed in order to try and pad out the content by making you pay for the, you know the concept, right? Because several companies do have a policy where they pull out, content that's already been built for the game and then charge extra for the content, which is extremely not what happened here. What was originally planned, what was really intended was Wings of Liberty was going to be, there's no filler here. Wings of Liberty was going to be shorter, and so was Heart, and so was Legacy. And they were going to do the initial release thing, and then they were like, why don't we go ahead and just make each of these a full tilt expansion and its own full campaign? And the obvious answer to that was, then we're going to go ahead and have to charge separately for separate expansions. And so they pulled the trigger on that, right? Now, maybe I'm biased because we're after the fact, and I have the power of hindsight. And so I can look back and say that, yeah, all 3 campaigns are fantastic, at least on the gameplay axis. So, worth it, right? Worth it for the extra thing. Also, they charged expansion price rather than full price for the expansions. So that, I think that helped a little bit too. But that's, of all the complaints I've heard about the chopping the game into 3 thing, that's the one I disagree with the most, is the, they just split it out for greed, and it's like, what? And yeah, episodic game releases was something several games tried, and pretty much all of them failed. I was going to say Half-Life 2 being the most infamous example, but a lot of games tried the episodic things and just kind of stumbled. I don't know why. I don't have information for why a concept that should work on paper has pretty much always failed. I'm not that knowledgeable about game design. It's just something to think about. Yeah, Dot Hack. There's another example of that. And, I can't remember the name of the other one. Telltale also kind of fell apart because of that, too.
SCV ready.
Telltale kind of managed it, but mostly didn't, to be honest. Alright, so we have one person arguing for a positive for Reapers. Oh, speaking of which, plus for Goliath, while we're here. If Telltale went bankrupt a second time, that's something I haven't heard about. I'm not saying they haven't, I'm just saying I haven't heard about it.
What's going on? Yo, SCV ready.
I should write down Viscerality while we're here.
SCV ready.
So, no, the episodic thing was part of the problem, Luke. Although, you could argue that that is also a management issue. Part of the problem with Telltale is that rather than doing one... Oh, hey, look, there's like a protest thing over here. I'm so stupid. Okay, hang on. I'm going to save the game really quick. Just, sorry, give me a second. Part of the problem with Telltale is they shotgunned like 5 or 6 games at the same time, and then did all of them episodically, which, from a financial perspective, means a sudden boost, and then a sudden boost, and then a sudden boost in income, followed by a long drip of income going down, which didn't work out long term and ended up basically bankrupting the company. Now, I'm going to quit this mission. I give up. I give up. I can't do it. It's too hard. It's too difficult. I need mission names. Smash and grab. So that's... I mean, we have a term for that, Blade Jamal, Dragon Age 2 syndrome. I do love Firebats in this game, Loke. They are perfect in every way. Wait. StarCraft, calling it finished is kind of, I don't know if that's the right word. StarCraft has not had any releases or anything since Mengsk came out for StarCraft 2. Sure, Loke. There you go, there's my answer. I don't think Reapers deserve a positive because they're good at destroying buildings. That's not enough for a positive. That's not even enough for mentioning. We'll talk about Firebats in a bit. We're not there yet. I do tend to put a couple of Firebats in my, if I'm doing an infantry ball. But that's different. Sorry, I'm trying to find a specific bit of information here. Jesus! So Mengsk came out in 2019. StarCraft as a franchise has been dead for 4 years. Which I guess doesn't actually sound like that long, but that's not great. I sincerely doubt they're actually doing anything with it too, because pretty much the entire StarCraft development team left to form 2 completely separate companies to make their own versions of StarCraft 2. Hellions are a bit more useful, because Hellions still have most of the base benefits of the Firebat with a lot more speed going for them. We'll talk about them later. Okay, so, sorry. Yeah, Firebats fit into bunkers. Hellions are fast and mobile. There's your distinction. I can never remember that. There's 0 hour. No, that's wrong. 0 space. That's it. 0 space. And
SCV ready.
something else that I can never think of the name of.
Incoming transmission.
This land was sacred to the Tal'Darim before Terrans ever reached the stars. You must depart immediately.
Blah, blah, blah.
Hold on now. We just need some of this gas here, and we'll be long gone before you know it.
No. You shall not defile the breath of creation. Tal'Darim warriors, execute all those who would desecrate our altars.
They hadn't invented that yet,
Protoss are mobilizing, sir. Looks like they're gonna go after our SCVs when we harvest the Terrazine. I suggest we only harvest one side at a time and run with a heavy escort.
Why not?
Yeah, I remember when Reaper meta was kind of ridiculous.
Warning. The Tal'Darim are sealing off a Terrazine altar.
Wonderful. The Tal'Darim are sealing off the Terrazine altar so we can't get at them. If they keep it up, we won't be able to collect enough.
I can't build here. SCV ready.
No, Eleazar. 100% certainty. No.
Roger that. Affirmative. SCV ready.
Goliath online.
Yeah, they can't use that.
You got it. Armed and ready.
Additional supply.
That's true, Eleazar. Check it out. I have a theory. Hang on. Hear me out. I have a theory that the Earth is flat, right? And I can prove it. Because if I place a drop of water right here on the ground, it doesn't move. It doesn't roll. Therefore, the Earth is flat. QED. I'm actually out of water. I'll be right back. Hang on, I've got a new theory. They're going to announce Warcraft 5, StarCraft 4, and Diablo 0 all at this BlizzCon. And they'll all be perfect and have no microtransactions.
Post required. Incoming transmission.
What's going on?
This land was sacred to the Tal'Darim before Terrans ever reached the stars. You must depart immediately.
hold on now. We just need some of this gas here, and we'll be long gone before you know it.
No. You shall not defile the breath of creation. Tylerine warriors, execute all.
Notice they like to use scouts on this map, on the map in which they give us Goliaths.
Protoss are mobilizing, sir. Looks like they're gonna go after our SCVs when we harvest the Terrazine. I suggest we only harvest one side at a time and run with a heavy escort.
I'm sorry, Loke, I don't even see it.
Want some? By the numbers, boys.
Do I want a Warcraft 4? I mean, yeah.
Warning. The Tal'Darim are sealing
was
off the Terrazine altar.
Wonderful. The Tal'Darim are sealing off the Terrazine altar so we can't get at them. If they keep it up, we won't be able to collect enough.
Go ahead. Uh-huh.
Assistance required.
SCV ready. SCV ready.
Confirmed. Target designated.
It's sacred, Eleazar. It's their religion. Are you saying there's something wrong with someone's religion?
SCV ready.
But yeah, no. There's, like, okay. Pause. Because I apparently cannot talk and play while playing this game on hard. There's this weird thing that people tend to get. No offense. I do it too. It's where we expect the world, right? Like, there's going to be an upcoming Nintendo Direct. There's going to be an upcoming BlizzCon. There's going to be an upcoming Japanese Game Fest. There's an upcoming... The one in Germany, I can't think of the name of right now, right? And we're like, oh man, we're expecting the world. They're going to announce... Like, there's going to be a new Metroid. There's going to be a Tokyo Game Show, I think. How's the other one? That I couldn't think of the name. TGS. And then the German one. Gamescom, I think, is actually the German one. There's going to be this mega awesome announcement, and it's going to be everything I've ever wanted. And then it isn't, and then we're disappointed by it. And then people kind of go, rah, because they didn't get the mega announcement they were expecting. We're not getting anything at BlizzCon this year, guys. We already know with near total certainty what's going to happen at the BlizzCon this year. So, Warcraft Rumble, which is a Warcraft mobile game, for those of you not aware that that's already a thing, is going live the day BlizzCon launches. What do you think is going to be their focus during BlizzCon? They're going to focus... they're going to laser focus on... Send it to me on Discord, Loke. They're going to laser focus on Warcraft Rumble, and that's probably honestly going to be it. I wouldn't expect anything else other than just garbage. At best, they will probably have some Diablo 4 stuff, which nobody will care about. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Which I don't care about. They will probably have some Diablo Immortal stuff, which I actively don't care about. That's honestly probably it. You actually asked, or not you, somebody asked me that question, factoring Brood War. It makes sense in universe why he didn't, considering everything that was going on, but to answer you directly, Loke, I would say there's a decent chance. It at least occurred to him, right? To go and try and take care of Tychus. Instead of, just letting him rot. Thank you, Yay Man, for the sub. Always appreciate. Much obliged and much appreciate. Oh, right. Sorry. Huthor is correct. There will also be news. There will also be hype around Wrath Classic, which I believe, like last week, had the Ice Crown patch go live, and they'll be hyping that up, which I don't care about. So, no offense. So yeah, that's going to be BlizzCon. Wrath Classic, Warcraft Rumble, and Diablo Immortal and Diablo 4. That's what it's going to be. That's going to be BlizzCon. Let's just lay that as flatly as we can. We can hope for more. I don't. Because if they announce a new retail WoW expansion, I honestly think that's a mistake. They might do some Overwatch stuff. I can't even begin to care at this point. StarCraft is dead. The only thing that is even like a blip on the freaking radar is Heroes of the Storm, because that did just get a patch very recently. Now, it's a balanced patch, but it's better than quite literally nothing, which is what StarCraft has had. It is possible they will try to go back into Heroes of the Storm. Maybe get it on the Game Pass or something like that. I don't know. I am not holding out hope for that, to be completely blunt, because to be totally frank, if they dive back into Heroes of the Storm, it's probably going to make it more of the game that I don't want it to be. Okay.
SCV ready. Bad news.
I don't actually know what Classic Plus is, so I can't speak to that.
Big job, huh? Woohoo! Overtime. SCV ready.
Oh, right. That's the Elseworlds thing, right? The branching path.
SCV ready.
I'm not sure what I think of that idea, honestly.
The Tal'Darim are sealing off a Terrazine altar.
That's an interesting idea, but again, I'm not sure what I think of that.
SCV ready.
I received.
I mean, Warcraft Rumble makes perfect sense when you acknowledge that it's a mobile game. Also, I don't know if you've seen Warcraft Rumble, it doesn't look particularly impressive. Yeah, no, we need to get ahead of the curve, which I'm currently behind.
Go ahead, Jack.
Just slow today, I don't know.
Ready. What's going on? Well, butter my biscuit.
But I want to show off the Goliaths, so we're going to kind of Goliath it up for this one. This is apparently a different timeline.
I can't build here.
Yeah, just in case.
Goliath online.
SCV ready.
Yeah, we could just sweep the enemy. We'll see. We'll think about it.
SCV ready.
To my knowledge, yes, Crazy Norse. Why is that a bad thing, you know? See you around, Bragwin.
SCV ready.
Uthor's a better person to ask why WoW Classic is popular than I am. Because I don't get it at all. Personally, I mean. Thoughts about what, Luke? Oh, sorry. I have thought about that. In fact, that was suggested just a couple days ago. Anyway, so I'm going to reload because I just lost the map. God damn. Goliaths are just too expensive for what they're offering here. Alright, fine. We'll back off of Goliaths. Jesus Christ.
SCV ready.
Trying to do it, failing miserably.
This land was sacred to the Tal'Darim before Terrans ever reached the stars. You must depart immediately.
Hold on now. We just need some of this gas here, and we'll be long gone before you know it.
No. You shall not defile the breath of creation. Tal'Darim warriors, execute all those who would desecrate our altars.
No, it's not a... I'm sorry. I'm sounding irritable because I am, but not at you, Logue. I apologize. What's wrong with me today? I cannot concentrate. The problem is, the idea was suggested and I can't get it working. I actually tried several things to make it so that there was a way to send an audio prompt when someone says, hey, take a drink, even though that's kind of a terrible idea, but I couldn't do it to begin with, so it's not happening.
Mobilizing, sir. Looks like they're gonna go after our SCVs when we harvest the Terrazine. I suggest we only harvest one side.
I do not, yeah, man.
Run with a heavy escort.
I mean, there's my lore run, but that's a lore run. That's not a brief refresher on the lore. That's a total overhaul of everything.
Affirmative.
Or over coverage of everything. I do still recommend the StarCraft lore run. It's one of my better ones. But
SCV ready. SCV ready.
Gangway, coming through.
SCV ready.
I'm gonna go lay down. I can't think. I cannot engage my brain. I'll see you guys.